They are objects that hold stories darker than time itself. Objects that watch you, judge you, and wait patiently for the perfect moment. In the town of Eldridge Hollow, where fog hangs low and shadows cling to forgotten streets, a mask carved from black wood rests in silence. Its hollow eyes seem almost human, and its whispers, they speak truths you cannot unhear. Some say the mask is cursed. Others say it chooses its wearer. All who dare to put it on discover the same terrifying reality: some secrets are too dangerous to know. Before we dive into this story of Lila, the mask, and the darkness it awakened, kindly subscribe, like and share. The town had a sleepy charm, but beneath it lurked history and forgotten whispers. Lila, a young investigative journalist hungry for a story, wandered into Ashwood Curiosities, a shop packed with relics of lives long gone. Among the clutter, a mask lay on a pedestal, its wooden surface dark as night. Its hollow eyes seemed to look through her. She felt an inexplicable pull toward it, a whisper of promise she could not resist. The shopkeeper, an old man with eyes like cloudy glass, warned her, saying, "Some masks are alive. They see more than you think. They speak, and they consume." Ignoring him, Lila purchased it. That night, when she pressed it to her face, whispers filled her mind, soft, seductive, and impossibly knowing. Secrets she had no right to hear revealed themselves, and she felt both terrified and exhilarated. The mask's whisper started small, minor lies, little betrayals, hidden desires. But even these small truths unsettled her. By morning, she felt a weight pressing on her mind, like shadows were reaching inside. Soon, the whispers became urgent, more detailed. The mask knew everything: neighbors' affairs, colleagues' ambitions, friends' sins. Even events yet to unfold, tragedies that hovered on the edge of the future, were revealed in chilling clarity. Lila realized she could not remove the mask without hearing them. And slowly, the shadows began to follow her, a faint, crawling presence that felt alive. The power of knowing consumed Lila. She spent entire nights pressed against the mask, following its whispers into hidden lives and forgotten crimes. The more she learned, the more insatiable the mask became. At first, she rationalized it as curiosity. But the mask's whispers grew darker, showing the cost of knowledge, broken relationships, despair, and chaos. Lila began to see shadowy figures moving in the corners of her vision. Sometimes, reflections in mirrors were not hers. Her obsession blurred the line between reality and illusion. Sleep became fragmented, each dream a corridor of whispers guiding her deeper into terror. The mask led her to uncover ancient, hidden crimes in the town's history. Murders that had gone unsolved, embezzlements buried in local politics, betrayals that shattered families. But each revelation carried a subtle warning: the mask didn't merely reveal secrets, it acted on them. People connected to the truth she learned began to suffer. Disappearances, accidents, sudden deaths, they all seemed tied to the mask's influence. Lila realized that every whisper carried a price. She was feeding the mask by obeying it, drawing the world closer to chaos with every revelation. Determined to understand, Lila dug into Eldridge Hollow's forgotten history. Journals, diaries, and faded manuscripts revealed that centuries ago, a shaman carved the mask to trap a vengeful spirit. The spirit fed on guilt, fear, and curiosity, and the mask had been passed down through generations, always choosing a new host. The mask's ultimate purpose became terrifyingly clear. It did not merely reveal the world's secrets, it shaped reality itself, punishing the curious, corrupting the innocent, and consuming those who dared listen too long. The mask's whispers turned personal. Lila had secrets she had buried deep within her own soul, lies she told as a child, betrayals she had committed, cruelty she didn't remember. Soon, the mask's influence invaded her memories. She could no longer distinguish between past and present. Shadows formed shapes around her apartment, objects moved when she wasn't looking, and in reflection she sometimes saw herself doing things she hadn't done, or had she. The mask was not only revealing secrets, it was rewriting her reality. The horrors escalated. Whispers began predicting events that came true. People she learned secrets about vanished or suffered disasters. The mask did not merely observe, it acted, turning its revelations into reality. Lila realized the mask thrived on chaos. Every secret uncovered, every temptation yielded, created suffering. She was not merely a wearer, she was an instrument of destruction. The line between choice and compulsion vanished. The mask had her, and it would not let go. Lila discovered fragments of an ancient spell to destroy the mask, hidden in cryptic symbols carved into Eldridge Hollow's architecture. She pieced them together, performing a perilous ritual on the night of a blood moon. The mask spoke its ultimate secret. Lila had always been part of its design. Her curiosity, ambition, and buried sins had made her the perfect host. The mask had shaped her life to ensure she would find it. As shadows surged and reality itself twisted around her, she faced the horrifying truth: the mask's final power was to reflect your darker self. Lila saw herself twisted by guilt, ambition, and fear, a shadow of what she could become. In a desperate act, Lila threw the mask into a roaring fire. Flames roared, black smoke twisted into faces, and whispers became screams. She collapsed, believing she had won. But then, she realized the mask had split itself. Tiny fragments remained, whispering in shadows, waiting for another curious soul. Worse, it had copied her essence. Somewhere, in a hidden corner of Eldridge Hollow, a version of Lila, twisted, whispering, hungry, was alive, biding its time. The curse was no longer just an object. It was her, and the mask was everywhere. Days passed, but Lila could not escape. Shadows followed her. Mirrors reflected whispers. The fragments of the mask moved in subtle ways, influencing others, drawing them toward the curse. She realized Eldridge Hollow was no longer safe. The town itself had become part of the mask's design, a trap to generate curiosity, chaos, and fear. Lila's obsession had created a perfect storm for the mask to thrive again. The mask's fragments spread. A child found a piece in a toy chest. A teenager uncovered one in a library. Each whispered secrets, each fed the hunger of the mask. Lila, broken and haunted, knew the mask cycle could never end. The curse had learned, evolved, and multiplied. Each victim became part of its growing power, until the world itself would be consumed by whispers. Some secrets are not meant to be known. Some curiosities are better left untouched. And some masks never truly die. In Eldridge Hollow, the shop stands empty, but the mask's fragments wait, hidden in shadows, watching, whispering, waiting for the next curious soul. The whispers are soft, seductive, eternal. And perhaps, even now, they are calling you.